computer.
There we go.
Welcome to the JVology Study Hall. This is your opportunity to increase your completion rate, eliminate overwhelm of your JVology gifts, brought to you by the experts themselves who created the gifts. Now, I'm Shadi Laser, your study hall maestro, and today we have two subject matter experts from the JVology Giveaway who are going to share the inside director's cut behind their gifts. So, starting with you, Alex, please introduce yourself and please tell us not about the gift, but the motivating factor behind the creation of the gift. And then the same question will be for you, Linda.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Chambers. I am a health and fitness expert, and I created the Fit Father 7-Day Challenge mostly because a lot of fathers are just confused about what to do. They understand that they're at a certain point in their life, and they understand that they need to lose weight, they need to do something about their bodies, but there's just too much misinformation out there. I have been able to cut through all the crap pretty much. I've done all the research. I've experimented on myself. I've tried it out with other people and seen that it actually works out in the field. And so this is just to cut the confusion. And also the second thing that I see with fathers too is that there's not a lot of community built up around that. They might be very isolated. So I've been able to build up a community, including a Facebook group that I'll be a part of as well there too. So the reason behind this, why I wanted to do this, is because a lot of people just get stuck. They just get paralysis by analysis. So I put it all together for you. This is what you need to do. You need to take these 7 days, get your feet wet, move a little bit, learn a little bit about food, see what a healthy meal looks like. And the cool thing about this giveaway too is that it is risk-free to you because it is free. So try it out, sign up, try the 7 days. I know that you and I don't know each other too, so I just wanted to get this as a get to know you too. So we get to feel each other out, see if it's good, and see if we don't want to work together more in the future. So that's the whole reason behind the Fit Fathers 7-Day Challenge.
Same question for you, Linda.
Wow, Alex, you're somebody to follow, very eloquent. So my name is Linda Illsley, and I have been cooking since almost I have memory, since age 6. Born and raised in Mexico, and I am trained as a professional chef. And up until 4 years ago, that was my world. So I've served thousands of meals, I can say that safely, both to family, but family, friends, my partner, but also to the general public, and have been watching people and how they behave around food and all the patterns. But especially the last 7 years, I had a restaurant in Durango, Colorado. I'm known as a tamale woman, or AKA Cocina Lindas, as it used to be called. But the last 7 years I had the restaurant, my older sister in Mexico got sick with cancer. She was diagnosed. And it was through her journey that I really shifted deeper into my own values around food, because from the beginning, I've always eaten fairly clean. I embraced organic. I cooked my own food because I didn't feel all that great eating processed food. But I truly, through the research I did with my sister, I gained the understanding of how food really does impact our health, our mood, our well-being, and pretty much everything we do all day long. So kind of a long story short, my sister passed away. I sold the building, let go. And in my own process of coming to terms with that experience, but also with my own now fears, am I gonna get cancer? I started researching and found a modality that just hands down has changed my life, and is my partners and now so many other people that I've had the honor of working with, which allows us to reprogram subconscious beliefs super quick. So my fear of, am I gonna get cancer, is gone. and this is how we are now showing up in the giveaway, is offering the combination of my understanding and knowledge of food and how it relates to how we feel and to our thoughts. And like Alex, kind of mirror image is, we've been looking at what's going on with kids and primarily with women in this country, because they tend to be the moms, no offense to the dads, but the obesity epidemic. And even though so many dads are awesomely stepping in into doing the cooking, still the majority of the cooking falls on the women. And so we're offering in the giveaway a really interactive set of videos that will allow busy, overworked, tired moms to find quick ways to step up their meals and move away from, let's go and buy it at the store, where you have no control of what's in it. So, I mean, as you know, Jay and I were talking about during our interview yesterday, it's the many layers of this is huge. So we're starting with the base. Let's support people that say, I don't have time, I'm bored, I don't know how to cook. Let's start giving them tools so that they can cook and that it's easy and fast and fun. And so we're starting, like Alex, maybe it was your idea, Alex. I can't remember this. I stole it, perhaps. We're starting a Facebook group. So the video series, we're feeding it in as we go along, and we want to hear from people. How can we support you? What is it, what is it that you don't know how to cook? Let me figure out a quick, fast, and easy way of doing it. And then we'll do the video and post it. So that's where we're at. We want this to be a really interactive thing where we're really helping resolve that pretty big issue for so many people.
Now, Alex, in today's world, the dad bod is a phenomenon. Popular t-shirt, it's a movement of body acceptance and the feeling that it's okay to have a few extra pounds and not have the energy to pick your kids up or play with them. What is your advice to get the dads who come upon this challenge in the giveaway to put that to the side and commit and get started to the 7 days?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. So what they need to do is they have to realize that they have gotten themselves in this situation. It's unfortunate. It sucks. I know everybody hates to hear the truth, but the food that you've been eating and either the lack or little amount of movement that you have been doing has gotten your body to the way that it looks and the way that it feels right now. I know that sucks. I know it's horrible. I hate to tell people that, but it does. That is the thing. So you do have to change what you're doing. So if you're in a routine, or if you have been, eating a certain way for a number of years, then we will have to kind of take those steps back and kind of like rehash how to eat, how to cook, what a healthy meal looks like. So you're going to have to give up on some of your comfort foods, on some of the things that make you feel good. However, through the 7-day challenge, you're going to learn how and why those things make you feel that way too. Because certain foods act almost as like drugs when you're eating them. And I mean that like morphine, I mean it like prescription drugs. They make you feel good. There's a dopamine hit when you eat a certain types of foods. And unfortunately, foods are engineered in order to do that so that you keep coming back to their food and buy their product. But if we can break that chain, and you can break it, it does suck at first, but it gets easier and easier as you go along. I know that the first 7 days are the worst. That's why I do a 7-day challenge, to get you through those first 7 days, to get you off of the processed foods, to get you off of the sugar, to get you off of all the things that are turning your fat burning switch off. Everybody has a fat burning switch. Yours is simply turned off. All you need to do is to flick it on. And I'm going to tell you and teach you and show you very easily, simply, and succinctly how to turn that fat burning switch on. So you will have to give up on things. in anything in life. I feel like you have to grow. You have to get rid of the past and become part of the new image of yourself. So yes, you will have to shed that. But if you shed that, then you shed the pounds and become the man and the father and the husband that you have been destined to be this entire time.
Linda.
I'm just loving listening to Alex. It's so cool, man. I'm the flip side of everything Alex said, except that with this, it's very much about really understanding that it's not your fault that you are where you are in a lot of ways, because when we've been working with quite a few women and a few men, a lot of what has come up is that there's something wrong with me. It's like I don't have the willpower, or I'm abnormal, or you name it. And so through my years in cooking, I've learned a lot about the history of food and how food has evolved. And it's a combination of our ability to say no is not a rational decision. No to the food that creates the excitotoxins, that creates that reaction in the brain of, I want this, because it is an addictive reaction, a habitual reaction. But that's really coming from our previous years as humans, when there wasn't food, there was scarcity. And really helping people understand is one of our biggest missions, because these women are depressed. They're ashamed of themselves. They're every day getting up. I mean, some of them get up and dress in the dark because they simply don't want to look at themselves. They have children and they don't want to show up in photographs, so they're losing the memory of those experiences because they don't like how they look. And it's just like, oh my goodness, and if you think about the implications, it's huge. And it's like, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. We live in historical times where basically what has happened with food, the processed food, never existed before. And yet, and we're not, as beings, we haven't adapted to the modern challenges of being faced with the processed food, but also with food being everywhere. I mean, if you spend a second and think about your day, where is food? Either in television, in magazines, in books, in the radio, or simply physically present. So we as beings have a mechanism that is still living in scarcity. So you want to eat because you may not be able to eat tomorrow or for a week. And now you have food everywhere. Not just that, but you have food that is high in calories and in chemicals that don't belong in your body and that do what Alex was talking about. They create that addiction. So that's where the weight really comes from. And to just put it in a nutshell, if you think back in the 1800s, people that were big were wealthy. The rest of the population was not. And it's because we moved more and we ate differently. In today's world, that dynamic has reversed. And now the wealthy, they got the personal trainers and they're fit and they're this and they're that. And the rest of us are simply gaining weight. So that dynamic has completely reversed. And that, for me, right there is where the issue is. And yet these women are blaming themselves. So that's where we're going. And which, by the way, that feeling negative towards yourself then brings the impulse to look for comfort through eating more. So it's that vicious circle that we're looking to support people in breaking, so that they can then go to Alex and do the workout and make it easier because they're choosing, not because they have to. So a very different and yet the same way of going into the same thing that Alex is doing, which is so cool. So I hope that made sense. It's kind of huge and complex, but.
Now I'm going to share the screen and we're going to bring up the actual JVology page. And what I would like you to do, Alex, is I would like for you to walk through and answer the question, essentially, what the transformation will be for the person, the father, who takes the step forward. So we're here on the Fit Fathers 7-Day Challenge on JVology Giveaway.com. I want you to take our viewer who arrives to this page and answer the question, what will they feel like? What will success look like for them once they make it to day 7?
Yeah, so I think that the big change that they can see. Sorry, I'm outside. We got a motorcycle going by.
No worries.
I think that in order to make the biggest changes, it's to simply I give you an email every single day, which then will lead you to the course. And then there's action items to do every day. So there's one nutrition action item, and there's one fitness action item per day. And then there's also some education in there too, and I'll get to that in just a bit. But if you do the action items and you watch the videos every day, then there can only be success. I've made it that simple and that straightforward that if you just do the things that I've laid out for you, then you'd be good to go. So what does it look like? What's the transformation that we're going to make? I think that their plate is going to be completely different. They're going to change what's on their plate. By the end of this, you will know what a healthy meal constitutes, and you will know what turns your fat burning, which is going to keep your fat burning switch turned off. You're going to know that by the end. Then also, to get your body moving, you're going to know how to stretch. You're going to know how to foam roll. You're going to know how to do some basic workouts. I've made the workouts so that they could be done at home. If you have access to a gym, even better. But if you don't have access to a gym, you can do them right at home. So I've tried to make it as simple as possible because I know that these are busy entrepreneurial style dads that need to get in and get out. They're being pulled in 1,000 different directions. So if you give me 45 minutes of your day, I swear I can change your life in 45 minutes each day for 7 days. And then, so I just made everything super efficient, super streamlined, everything there. And then I forget the other thing that I was going to say, but yeah, that's what success looks like. And I think, honestly, if you stick to everything here, I think that you could lose 5 pounds within 7 days and have a good change there and have a good kickstart to keep this going after the 7 days are up. You're not going to be able to become ripped and lean by this. That is not the purpose of this. This is just to get your feet wet so that if you haven't worked out in a while, if you haven't made a healthy meal or there's just too much confusion going on and misinformation on there, I just put it out very nice and succinct for you there. And like I say, I got 3 different workouts, meal ideas, food lists, more, and education. So that's the other thing I wanted to mention too, education. I know nobody really likes to be educated. The thought of learning something is arduous and they just want to be told what to do. However, it's my personal belief that after this 7-day challenge, if you are completely and utterly just found like useless, like I've just held your hand the entire time throughout this challenge, and I've done you a disservice. I want to try to empower the fathers out there to be able to make decisions and choices on their own and to become the fit fathers that I would love them to be. So there is a little bit of education. I make it super short. I think the longest video that I have in the entire course is maybe 10 minutes. But other than that, I keep them super short. You can listen to them on the way into work. You can listen to them on the way home. You can listen to them at lunch. It's super simple and easy that way.
And Linda.
Well, for us, I keep smiling at the synchronicity. Thank you, Shadi, for putting us together. When people basically sign up for our gift, you will immediately start getting videos. And the videos are short, and they're totally geared towards addressing what it is that people are buying that is getting them to gain weight. So we're really looking at things like salad dressings, because we're focusing primarily on women. Women demographically tend to go for salads as a way to lose weight, but then they buy the salad dressing and pour it on. And that salad dressing is just full of calories, as well as the kind of substances that Alex was talking that creates that reaction and keeps that fat switch off. So this is the very, very first recipe we did because of the conversation with the women was how to make a base of salad dressing that has 5 ingredients: lemon, salt, mustard. If you want the honey, and olive oil. You make it, you put it in the fridge. It takes you 10 minutes if you have a juicer over the weekend. If you don't have a juicer, I show you how to do it with a fork so that you can juice those lemons super quick. And then when you come home on Monday and you're making a salad either for yourself or your family, you grab some blueberries, you mash them in the jar, add some of the base, add the oil, shake it, and you have a blueberry dressing. The next day, you put a little bit of goat cheese. You shake it, you have another dressing. So the base then allows you to create different salads every single night in a matter of 2 minutes or 3 once the base is made. And that's kind of where we're going. So it's fast. In my belief, it's fun because it's fast. It tastes good. And you know, the way things smell is just like, I love food. But then it's also about people taking back their ability to control what's going in their bodies and in their bodies of their family. The analogy that I've used in a couple of other interviews, and it's something I use for myself, my body's like my car, right? And it runs on gasoline. When I'm eating the food that has all the stuff in it that doesn't belong there because it doesn't exist in nature, it's like I'm trying to run my car with diesel. And then I'm surprised that I gain weight and that I'm sick and that I have no energy and that I'm grumpy and. So this is about giving people the ability to go back to running their car in gasoline so that they can live a life that they deserve to live. So we're adding another recipe tonight. And every time that we come up with a new one, because this is the way we eat, we're filming it, we're sharing it. And then that's going back. What do you need? Give us a shout, we'll make it, we'll figure it out, we'll make it simple. So we have a pesto that is going out, we're also trying to make it inexpensive. So instead of pine nuts, we're using cashew nuts. It's super good. I mean, when I make the pesto, it's in the fridge. And, you know, you can pull it out. And if you normally have like grilled meat and you're bored with it, you just put a little pesto in it and it pops. Are you sick of your vegetables not tasting all that great? Put a little pesto on them after you cook them. So you see where I'm going. You can actually add it to the salad dressing base and shake it, and it's this awesome dressing. So that's where we're going in, because if we start changing the way we think about cooking as being a pain in the butt, and I don't have time, and we're never going to take that back, that relationship with food back. So that's where it's all going to. So it's an ongoing, it's an interactive thing. And we'd love as many people to benefit as possible.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your next step is to go to JVologyGiveaway.com, and you can look at the Fit Fathers Challenge, or you can go to Linda's Gift and get your step-by-step dishes and get on the roadway to optimal health and eating the proper foods that will give you the fuel to be your best self. In terms of Alex's gift, if you're not a father, maybe you're a son. Or if you have a father in your life, whether it's a friend, whether it's a relative, this would be the ideal gift for you to download and gift to that special someone. And in Linda's case, we all need help in terms of practical dishes that are healthy, easy to prepare, and allow us to work our busy schedules and still maintain the optimal health. Entrepreneurs as a whole, business owners as a whole, oftentimes take the absolute worst care of themselves because they're busy trying to build the business, and health often takes a very far back seat. So utilize these two gifts from JVologyGiveaway.com in order to get yourself on the right path. On behalf of Alex and on behalf of Linda, I am Shadidi Laser, and we thank you for tuning in to the final edition of JVology Study Hall, where we increase results and confidence and eliminate overwhelm concerning the 50 JVology gifts that you have access to. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Shadi,
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys. Have a good one.
See you out.